Telehit.
Hermanos de Telehit, nos encontramos en un especial de lujo, una banda que ya todos ustedes conocen y que cada vez tiene más impacto en Latinoamérica. Estoy hablando de 21 Pilots. First of all, as always, it's great to talk to you. Thank you very much for your time in this interview.
Great talking again. We missed you.
The last time that we talked was a little bit before your show in the Vive Latino.
That's right.
It was a great experience. Tell us your experience about it.
It was fun to, festivals are one of our favorite things to do because it's this giant collective thing that everyone loves to experience, and you get to see the different types of festivals, and you get to see people's cultures shine through depending on where you are, and that festival in particular was really cool to see kind of the Mexican culture, and we loved it. We had a really good time.
Now, you're growing up really big here in Mexico. The first time that I interviewed you was when you playing the Paramore concert.
That's right.
Then in a festival, and right now sold out your own show. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think the goal as a band or an artist or a person is to kind of grow and kind of I guess evolve in some ways. And for a lot of bands, I think that we look at ourselves as lucky in some ways, because a lot of bands will play the same type of clubs or venues and never really grow out of that.
Yeah.
So I think being able to come here for the third time, and the first time kind of opening for a band, the second time playing a festival, and then now kind of playing our own show that's sold out, is really cool and really exciting for us, and it feels really good to feel like it's like kind of working, or even making a difference in some way. Which is more important than it working. I guess that means it's working, but so it feels really good, and we're really excited to play tonight.
Cool. Now, a lot of you fans want to know what's about the progress of the new material of 21 Pilots.
This is a nice microphone.
Thanks, bro.
It's great. So we've been on the road for over 2 years now, and while we were touring and traveling, we were also writing and getting a lot of ideas down. And so we've had kind of a small studio type thing, either in the back of a bus, or we set up in hotel rooms or wherever we can, just to get ideas down. And we're really excited about some of these ideas. And so this show here in Mexico City, what's today? November 21st?
21st, yeah.
Of 2014. That's the last show of the year and the last show of this album. And so we wrap it up here in Mexico City, which is fun. And but we play. A lot of bands take a break, after their album cycle is over, and we are not taking a break. So we're going right into the studio, and we're hopefully gonna have music out, by next year, and we're really excited about those ideas.
So far, the biggest challenge about that idea is to start making it like together, like putting up the pieces of the puzzle together. What was the biggest challenge about it?
For these new songs?
Yeah.
We're used to being, because this record that we wrote, we were home, and we have all the time in the world because it's kind of our first release, in a sense.
Around the world.
Right, so to be more on a time crunch, to be traveling, it's not the most ideal situations to be trying to record in a hotel or wherever you can. But I think the best part about writing while on the road is you're just so inspired by the live audience. And when we are coming up with ideas, all we can think about is we would love to play this live, because we're playing live every night as we're writing. And so this next record is gonna just hopefully make that live experience, take it to the next level. So
cool. Now, during the show in the Vive Latino, at the really end, you show up like a demonstration of drums between both of you. Who came with that idea?
Like the drum duel? I don't know. I think we both kind of knew that we wanted to do something with drums, and I remember when we were learning the parts, you know, Josh would have to be like, okay, Tyler, you have to do this. Da, 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 da. And I'd be like, wait, what is it? Da, da, da. So he taught me all kinds of things. When he first showed me the ideas that he wanted to do for the drums, I was like, there's no way I can do that. And so we rehearsed it a few times, and he wanted to do backflip, so I helped him with his backflip. Like, I would spot him, make sure he didn't fall on his head, and he helped me with the drums. So that our rehearsals as a band are a little more interesting than
it's not really the music at all.
But he learns really fast.
Yeah, perfect. He's better than me now.
Now, also in that show, I remember that you start climbing the structure of the stage, and at the beginning I was like, well, he's climbing, and then at the end I was like, okay, this is now a little bit kind of dangerous if he falls down. Do you was afraid at one moment when you have to go down? No, you.
He was, yes. No. Well, I like to talk about it because there was a time where we put a GoPro on his chest while he climbed, and honestly, people talk about it a lot, the whole climbing thing, but I'm kind of just like in my own world. I honestly try and just like put it out of my mind so that I don't like worry about him like a dear mother or something. So I'm watching this footage from the GoPro, and he's like climbing up this thing, and like I realized once he's probably 3/4 of the way up there that like my palms are like sweating. And I don't mind heights, but I think as I get a little bit older, I get a little bit scared of them. So I'm like, and I'm actually like having that realization while I'm watching this footage, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And he gets up there, and there's like this like platform that's like maybe like this big to stand on. I'm like, are you kidding me? And
you were like with one hand, like
with one hand and kind of like moving around, and then all of a sudden, like at the very end, all the lights go completely out, and it's just pitch black in there, and I just I could barely watch anymore and at that moment I could tell even in the video that he was like kind of like I don't know, it was just like not a normal thing for all the lights to go out, so it was just like it was crazy, and I'm just like, he's way in the air, no lights, can't see anything, and trying to get down, so it was just like a crazy thing. But I don't know, I think there probably is like something in the brain that you just kind of turn off and just like sort of do it, and I don't know, acrobats, acrobatic.
Acrobatics. I always, whenever someone asks me about the climbing, I like to hand the mic to Josh, because I don't know if you noticed, but if you were to rewind this, I was like smiling the whole time because I just think it's so cool watching him describe it, because I don't really remember it. You know, sometimes something that happens in a show, it just happens, and afterwards you're like, wait, what just happened? And so to kind of hear his perspective is funny to me. And yeah, there's a few times where I was like, that was close. I shouldn't do that. And my mom and dad get mad at me for doing it. So if I do it today, or I don't think there's anything to climb on this show today.
It's not gonna be that big.
Yeah, but I always ask people to edit that out so my mom doesn't see it on YouTube.
Now I want to know your opinion about that. Right now, most of the #1s on Billboard in this year, there's like about the ass, about the butt, like, it has to be the butt on the screen if you want a success.
Right.
I'm kind of tired about it, but what's your opinion about it?
You're tired of butt, huh?
No, I'm tired of that. That has to do it to make #1.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can tell from our album cover, we're not really about the butt, actually.
That's good. But
we're about tradition.
I know that your grandparents are the one in the cover. But
I mean, they have nice butts. It's just that. Yeah.
They're kind of shy now.
Yeah, they're kind of shy about it.
But what's your opinion? Did you like it? Or did you agree or not agree about this phenomenon this year about just everything so superficiality?
Yeah, the butt thing it's gonna come and go, and it's gonna come again. I mean, if you look back, I remember Cisco coming out with the thong song.
Also remix a lot.
Yeah, it's just like it happens, and then people go, okay, that's enough butt songs for now. And then we just happen to be in a period of time when everyone feels like, okay, we need to write more songs about butts. I, for the life of me, I can't even imagine spending time and energy on a song that's about something like that. So, but if this next record that we put out doesn't do well and we're forced to write radio hits, then I'll write a song about Josh's butt. That's what I'll have to do.
In another thing, always the story tends to repeat. And when in history, when it's so much saturation of superficiality, the next year it comes a new band with a new kind of sound, and boom, changed the way of music. Like Nirvana, when all the glam was like ridiculous, or The Strokes when the new metal was ridiculous. Do you think it's gonna happen probably next year? There is gonna be a band that is gonna be the band of this decade?
I mean, there's the pop music needs a makeover. It needs to be rethought, and it needs someone to come around and go, it is worth it to say something with your songs and not just talk about things that don't matter. It just doesn't matter. And it's not really going to be up to an artist. It's going to be up to the people who consume music to decide, I want to listen to songs that matter. I don't want to listen to songs that objectify women. I don't want to listen to songs that talk about things that are just disgusting. Not that we don't. I mean, sometimes we buy butt songs.
Butts are disgusting. I think they're beautiful.
Yeah, butts are beautiful. Yeah.
Butts are beautiful.
But
You're right.
The way they sell it, it's that the bad thing.
Yeah, the videos are kind of gross. But no, I think hopefully there's a band that comes and does that. I mean, we'll do our part. But
Yeah, it could be you. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
We'll do it.
We have multiple butt songs on our next album, so I don't think it's gonna be us.
Cool. Now the last question. Obviously, your last single here in Latin America for Bessel's Truth. Tell us a little bit the story behind that song.
Well, that song was one of the last songs written on that record, and it was just when you're in the studio recording, there's a lot of off time, whether it's getting drum tones or and so there's some times when I'm just out on a piano while they're working on something else, and it happened to be a moment where I was sitting at the piano. I was like, I really want to wrap up the record in a way that's saying something, that's really standing for something, and that song just kind of like came out, and it happened, and it was recorded so fast, and it's one of my favorites on the record for sure. But it's really talking about self-awareness and also mental health awareness, and how I want to communicate that I get it. I understand some of these kids that are asking big questions that don't have those answers to those questions. When they don't have the answers to those questions, they feel certain emotions that some people may categorize as depression or suicidal, or however you want to put it. And I almost want to say I feel like people who can experience some of those emotions are actually the people who are most aware of what's going on. When they really come down to it, like, they're the ones asking those big questions. Everyone else is just singing about butts. So this song was like, listen, I get it. We're all kind of trying to figure this life out, and as long as you don't do anything stupid and to hurt yourself, then I won't, and we won't, and we'll continue, and we'll try to figure out some of the answers to these questions. So that's kind of what that song's trying to do.
Well, thank you very much. As always, it's an honor to talk to you. Thank you very much for your time in this interview. Good luck for tonight. I know it's going to be amazing, sold out. Hopefully, we're going to see you soon next year, probably with a new album.
Yes.
You're one of the favorites here in Mexico, so thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having us.
Bien, ya lo vieron, hermanos. 21 Pilots. Continuamos con más. You want to say something?
Well, he wanted me to say something, so I want to say Tyler looks cool in his sunglasses.
Oh!